ओ साथ रे तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना तेरे बिना भी क्या जीना. Hello and welcome to a Brit Reacts to Bollywood. And I am your Brit, and that was a little bit of O Sathere. I try to compete with Asha Bhosle. That's a lot to ask. But today I want to take a look at another Madhuri Dixit song, or Madhuri Dixit, as I know that some Brits are wont to say, and I have said many a time. Today I want to take a look at a song that was recommended by one of you, and it's from the film SAILAAB. Now this is an interesting looking film. It's a 1990 film. Look at that poster, full of drama, full of action, full of the cinematic beauty of that era, the 90s, the 80s and the 90s. Quite an incredible mix there. Men fighting, some ugly scenes, violence, action. We've got this beautiful dancer, which I think is Madhuri, in the middle there. We've got the great typeface for this title in the bottom corner there. We've got a little man in the other corner, and we've got a man in a romantic posture with what looks like Madhuri there, kissing the underside of her chin, which is quite an achievement, I think you'll agree. Translated into the word flood in English, it's an Indian Hindi language suspense thriller, which I love the concept for. 1990, directed by Deepak Balraj Vij, starring Aditya Pancholi and Madhuri Dixit. It's a remake of a Tamil film, Kan Simitum Neram, and Saraj Khan won the Filmfare Best Choreography Award for Madhuri's dance for the song HUMKO AAJKAL HAI INTEZAAR, which, ironically, is the song we're looking at today. A quick synopsis for this film is: one day a mysterious man, Aditya Pancholi, who had been in an accident, is brought to the hospital where Dr. Sushma, Madhuri Dixit, works. The patient has lost his memory, but the doctor treats him kindly and with respect, and before long they fall in love. However, after they get married, she finds out from Police Inspector Haider Ali, played by Shafi Inamdar, that her husband, who now calls himself Krishna, had been on a mission to kill her. Ali then warns Sushma that Krishna may try again someday. What a concept! And look at this poster. This is really interesting, very actiony, very colourful, a lot of gold and yellows here, yellow hues. And then we've got a very similar poster with her face in the background. Just an interesting touch there. A real great era for these kinds of posters, these kinds of films, and just look at Madhuri in that shot. Gorgeous, 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 in the flower of her peak and her youth there. So this song, it was recommended and it looks like a banger. It's about 8 minutes. So let's take a look. Really interesting set. Quite a cast of dancers. Very theatrical, not cinematic at all. It's like she's been captured in a fishing net. Wow. Now it's cinematic. What a song. Wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh. Every beat is excellent. Just this refrain. So interesting. Oh wow. Here's the killer, stroke husband. Okay, it's a stage show. So interesting. Oh, look at that. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. This is one of the most simplest songs, and it's so powerful. Inri, that's a Christian symbol. Death. Reminds me of the concept of the film Sleeping with the Enemy. A husband who is a danger to his wife. Does she trust him? Does she know him? This is a shot. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Something really powerful about this. So surreal. Look at that. It's so surreal. Wow. There's a lot to say here, but the primary thing is, I think not watching the film before this, it feels like such a surreal thing to kind of make out like her real life is somehow like a stage show. And I think there's some interesting thing here about Bollywood. It's just so beautiful to watch these Bollywood films because there's an obsession here. I've seen in a lot of these things where there's a performance, a central performance on a stage in front of an audience, whether it's in something like this where it's a formal theatre setting or whether it's in a nightclub, as is often the case in a lot of these 70s films and 60s films in Bollywood. And what are they trying to say? Are they, I mean, if this was in a Western setting, it would be very clearly a callback to the golden era of 30s and 40s big musical films, which are kind of based on the Broadway musicals, which were then set to film. So what are we saying here in this? Is this calling back to the tradition of stage musicals and the power of those central female performances that entertain an audience? Is that what we're seeing? I think it's really interesting that this stage is also set in what looks like Kerala or Goa, somewhere in the south, a fishing village in the sunshine. You've got that Christian iconography, which is sort of reminiscent of the Portuguese influence there in the south. You've also got, I saw the swastik on the wall, so you've got some Hindu images as well. It's a really interesting mixed kind of setting there that you've got on that stage. The central refrain, the song is beautiful. It's incredibly powerful, I think, and it's really, really heartrending, and I love it so much, actually. I could listen to that a lot. And I think the response voices from the dancers are really important, but also I wonder why there is so much of a stagey, big troupe dance there. Again, reminiscent of those sort of musicals of the war era, the sort of 30s and 40s. That's really interesting to me. What are they saying with that? Madhuri just emanates this power. So in a sense, I'm kind of saying she doesn't need so many other dancers, in a sense, distracting the stage. It's incredibly distracting, all the physical actions going on, but really you've got this beautiful central performance, and some of those shots are incredibly star shots, like a real powerful Hollywood or Bollywood shot of this incredible star with this flowing hair, and the faraway looks and the responses that she gives are excellent. And then you've got this man who throughout the film ostensibly was her husband, looking at her now and dressed like a hitman, waiting for her to finish the song so he can, what, assassinate her? It's a really interesting kind of plot point. It's very different from a lot of romantic storylines in songs in these films. So there's a lot there. Visually, it's incredibly beautiful. For me, apart from those main shots of her looking just glorious as a star, the main thing is the song itself and the music. I think it's such an interesting concept, and the fascination with representing live performance on a stage in a film, in a Bollywood film, is really interesting to me. What are they trying to say? I'd love to hear your views on that. But it's very meta, the idea of representing a performance within a performance, a stage within a stage. And what is this homage, this obsession, this honouring that cinema is giving through these directors and the cinematographers and the storylines to stage performance. Is there a commentary there on how real our world is? I'm interested in that. Okay, maybe this film is worth looking at some other songs, but I know that was the most powerful song in it, and it was really interesting to me. HUMKO AAJKAL HAI INTEZAAR. What does that mean? Wonderful. All right, I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. Tell me what more I should look at, and talk to me. Let me know about this kind of thing. I love it. All right, I wish you all a wonderful week. I will see you again next week. Chin chin, cheerio.